I'm Holly, and I'm the children's librarian here at Alamosa Public Library in Alamosa, Colorado, and this is Storytime Online. Wow, this is our friend Larry, the library gnome's travel desk. One thing we know about Larry is that during the summers, he likes to travel around our town and visit places and see new things. But did you know that Larry also likes to travel around the country and even around the world? For example, in the winters, Larry likes to go visit a sandy, warm beach to get out of the snow for a bit. But not this year. He's changing his plans. I've heard a lot of people talking about their winter holiday plans this year. Some people sound excited, and some people sound upset. I've heard a lot of grown-ups talking about how things are different this year. Not all of that talk sounds happy. When you hear grown-ups talking to each other about things sometimes, you might feel worried or confused or wonder what they really mean. You might hear grown-ups talking in your home, in the park, on their phones, or even on TV. Let's talk about some of these feelings that we all have from time to time, and then we'll talk about some things we can do with these feelings of ours, especially if they're really big or upsetting. Let's start with this story. It's called How Do You Feel? And it's by Lizzy Rockwell. How do you feel? Do you feel happy? Do you feel sad? Do you feel silly? Do you feel mad? Do you feel sorry? Do you feel scared? Do you feel calm? Do you feel brave? Do you feel shy? Do you feel friendly? How do you feel? The end. I like this book because it shows lots of different ways to feel, and we all feel these ways sometimes. There's a song that I bet a lot of you know that's about these feelings, and a lot of times we sing it with these. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. You know that one? If you're scared and you know it, shout, oh no! If you're sad and you know it, say boo-hoo, boo-hoo. Do you know that song? I thought maybe we'd try it with some different feelings from Lizzy Rockwell's book. I'm going to take off happy, scared, and sad. And let's try these. If you're silly and you know it, make a face. If you're silly and you know it, make a face. If you're silly and you know it, then your face will surely show it. Let me see it. If you're silly and you know it, make a face. If you're sorry and you know it, let them know I'm sorry. If you're sorry and you know it, let them know, I'm so sorry. If you're sorry and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're sorry and you know it, let them know, I'm so sorry. Uh-oh. If you're mad and you know it, take a breath. If you're mad and you know it, take a breath. If you're mad and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're mad and you know it, take a breath. Wow, some of the situations in this book feel really familiar to me. Like, do you remember how this girl was feeling in the story? That's right, she's feeling happy. Do you remember what was happening in the story that she felt so happy about? That's right, she was holding a puppy. Can you think of a time when you felt happy? Could you make a sentence about it and say it out loud? Tell me about a time that you felt happy. Should we do another one? How about this kid? How is this kid feeling? Did you say mad? She's feeling really mad. Do you remember what was happening in this story that was causing these angry feelings? That's right. Her juice got knocked over by the ball. Can you think of a time when you felt mad? Can you tell me about it? Let's see, one more. Oh, do you remember how this kid was feeling? Did you say scared? This boy was feeling scared. Do you remember what was happening in the story that caused him to feel so scared? That's right. He was swinging on the swings and a spider came down. And he felt scared by the spider. Can you think of a time when you felt scared? Thanks for telling me about those times when you had 3 different feelings. Sometimes I feel a lot better when I tell somebody about those big feelings. There's another feeling word that wasn't mentioned in Lizzy Rockwell's book, but that I found in another story that I'd like to share with you. This one's called Ruby Finds a Worry, and it's written and illustrated by Tom Percival. Have you ever felt worried? That's when you feel troubled or anxious. Maybe when you hear some grown-ups or friends talking about changes to their holiday plans, coronavirus, or jobs or no jobs, that can make you feel worried too. Maybe that's what's happening with Ruby. I wonder what she's feeling worried about, and I wonder what she'll do about her worry. Ruby finds a worry. Here's Ruby. She doesn't look so worried. She looks happy. Ruby Finds a Worry by Tom Percival. Ruby loved being Ruby. She loved to swing up high, and she loved to explore wild, faraway places. Sometimes she even went all the way to the very bottom of the garden. Ruby was perfectly happy. until one day she discovered a worry. It wasn't a very big worry. In fact, it was so small that at first Ruby hardly noticed it. But then the worry started to grow. Each day it got a little bit bigger. It just wouldn't leave her alone. It was there at breakfast, staring at her over the cereal box. And it was still there at night when she brushed her teeth. The funny thing was that no one else could see Ruby's worry, not even her teacher. So Ruby pretended that she couldn't see it either. Ruby looks so different than she did at the beginning of the story. She tried to carry on as if everything was normal, but it just wasn't. The worry was always there, stopping her from doing the things that she loved. Ruby wondered if the worry would ever go away. What if it didn't? What if it stayed with her forever? Ruby didn't realize it, but she was doing the worst thing you can ever do with a worry. She was worrying about it. What's she gonna do? Now the worry was enormous. It could barely fit in the kitchen at dinner time. It filled up half the school bus. And it took up whole rows at the movie theater. The worry became the only thing that Ruby could think about, and it seemed like she would never feel happy again. Then one day, something unexpected happened. Ruby noticed a boy sitting alone at the park. He looked how she felt. Sad. And then she noticed something else, something hovering next to him. Could it be a worry? It was! Ruby realized that she wasn't the only person with a worry after all. Other people had them too. She asked the boy what was on his mind, and as he told her, the strangest thing happened. His worry began to shrink. Then Ruby did the best thing you can ever do if you have a worry. She talked about it. As the words tumbled out, Ruby's worry began to shrink until it was barely there at all. Soon, both of their worries were gone. Finally, Ruby felt like herself again. Of course, that wasn't the last time she ever had a worry. Everyone gets them from time to time. But now that she knew how to get rid of them, they never hung around for long. Look how tiny he got. I like this. This is a note from Tom, who wrote the words and drew the pictures. And he has some good ideas to share with parents, too, from a website called childmind.org about what to do when you're feeling really worried. The end. Do you have any worries like Ruby and the boy in the story? If you could draw your worry, what would it look like? Maybe you'd like to get some tools like paper or pencil so that you can draw a picture of your worry, or maybe a worry that you feel someone else might have. You can pause Storytime Online to go get your tools and draw a picture, or If you'd like, you can draw while we finish Storytime Online. Both are okay with me. Sometimes it feels nice to draw a picture or to talk to someone about your worries or other big feelings. Sometimes we just don't want to talk about it anymore. But remember, when Ruby talked about her feelings, that's when she started to feel a lot better. So something else we can do to feel better can be found in this book called Mindful Moments at Bedtime. We don't have to go to bed now, but one of my favorite pages is page 6. It's about paper lanterns. Paper lanterns are made out of paper, and when you place a candle inside in a very safe environment, they float up into the sky and drift away. Let's read Paper Lanterns. Did anything happen today that made you feel sad or angry? Do you feel worried about anything? Whenever you think of something that upset you today, point to one of the paper lanterns in the picture. Now, let's blow our troubles away. Blow the lanterns as you imagine them floating up, up, and away into the night sky. Take a deep breath and blow. Let's do 2 more. Deep breath in and blow the paper lanterns away. Last one. I feel pretty calm now. Let's read one more story about some big feelings. Happy feelings. Those are my favorite feelings. I hope that you are having lots of happy feelings in your life because you are a very special person and I wish you every happiness. Let's read My Heart Fills with Happiness. This was written by Monique Gray Smith and illustrated by Julie Flett. My heart fills with happiness. My heart fills with happiness when I see the face of someone I love. I smell bannock baking in the oven. I sing. My heart fills with happiness when I feel the sun dancing on my cheeks. I walk barefoot on the grass. I dance. My heart fills with happiness when I hold the hand of someone I love. I listen to stories. I drum. What fills your heart with happiness? There are so many wonderful books about feelings. And when I read them, it often helps me move through the tough feelings or to help me know what to do with them. It often helps me too to talk about my feelings, happy and sad and worried. So thank you to all of my friends and my family who listen when I need to talk. And I hope that you have wonderful people who are ready to listen when you need to talk about your feelings. Your parents, your grandparents, your trusted neighbors, your teachers, your librarians, because we all have feelings and it's important and helpful when we share them. Thanks for joining me for Storytime Online today. It's time to sing goodbye, but we'll be back with a new video next week. See you later, alligator, in a while, crocodile. Give a hug, ladybug, blow a kiss, jellyfish. See you soon, sweet baboon. Out the door, dinosaur. Take care, polar bear. Wave goodbye, butterfly. Goodbye. Psst. Be sure to like and subscribe for more videos. Someone that you really like and trust is to just, no, what am I doing? Blah, 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 blah.